Hey YouTubers, Grimmy here, and welcome to Smash Week! Yes, we're celebrating the release of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U by spending an entire week of reviewing characters who appear in Smash Bros. And we're starting out with the hero of Hyrule himself, Link, from The Legend of Zelda. This is the Jakks-specific World of Nintendo version of Link, who pretty much takes his look from Skyward Sword, being the latest new incarnation of Link to be released. And first thing you should know, this is a 3 3/4 inch figure, so he's a bit on the small side. And by small, well, we're going to get the comparisons out of the way right now. Here is Figma Link. And as you can see, the World of Nintendo Link is about half the size of the Figma. Which, that's not a bad thing. He goes great with 3 3/4 inch figures. So if you're a collector of 3 3/4 inch characters, this Link will be perfect for you. But if you're like me, trying to get a Smash shelf together, he's a little bit on the short side. And, which brings me to a bit of a concern. Since the World of Nintendo line is actually releasing two size scales, the 6-inch and 4-inch scale, I would prefer to have Link in the 6-inch scale. I know they reserve that scale for the big guys like Bowser, Donkey Kong, but I'd love to see Link done in that 6-inch scale. I'd also like to see Zelda, Sheik, Ganon, and the various other Legend of Zelda, Xenoblade Chronicles, Fire Emblem characters done in that scale as well. Because I would love to have them all go together. For Link, I already have the Figma, so it's not a big deal, but honestly, I would love to get the get a Link at this size at the price range of those Bowser and Donkey Kong figures. But enough of that. We're going to take a look at how Link stands up on his own merits. And honestly, he does a good job. Pulling in for a close-up, you can see that the paint job and the sculpt are done very well. I mean, you can even pick out bits of the chainmail in that sculpt, both on the around where the collar is, well, just below the collar, and on the sleeves. Even a little bit below the tunic, you can actually make out the chain links, which is a really good sculpting touch on Jack's part. The face sculpt is very well, and the paint job is nice. The eyes look really good. And he does a good job of looking like Link from the video games. Now the plastic used for the flesh is a bit on the shiny side, and could have probably used a bit of a black wash around the lips. Just to make them show a little better. Other than that, I can't really complain. I mean, they even went through the trouble of picking out the earrings. Or the earring. No, 2 earrings. Okay, the straps are painted well, as is the belt buckle, and all the details seem to be present. Sure, he has a number tampoed on the back of the tunic, but that's no big deal. All in all, the paint job is done pretty well, and I do like it. Now for articulation, he's pretty good there too. Head is on a ball joint, so you got left and right, and a tiny bit of up and down, but not a whole lot. Now the movement to the left is a little bit hindered by his hat and the sword, but you can take the sword off to get a lot more motion out of the head. Unfortunately, the hat does not have an articulation point like the Figma, which is understandable. This is a like $8-9 toy, so can't expect the supreme articulation that the Figmas have. Arms are pretty well on pin and socket joints, sorry, with forward, back, in and out to a certain degree, like up to here, which is pretty good. He has a swivel at the elbow, a nice deep elbow bend, and even a swivel below the elbow, so you can get a nice range of motion out of that elbow joint. He also has a wrist swivel forward, like a little bit of a wrist rock, so his arms are well articulated. He has a waist swivel. It's a little ball jointed, so you can get a bit of an ab crunch out of it too, which is nice. Legs are do have forward, backward, in and out, but the tunic will get in the way, which is unfortunate. He does have a nice knee bend. There is no thigh swivel of any kind, although he has some movement at the feet, left and right, and up and down. Even a little bit of an ankle rock. So if you can get him in a wide-legged pose, he can support himself quite well. He can support himself quite well. See? Yeah, the wrist swivels, since there's also a swivel right at where the forearm meets the elbow. The swivels on there could be a little bit loose at times, so be warned of that. Now for accessories, his hidden accessory is the Hyrule Shield, or the Hylian Shield, and I'm saying hidden because this is actually what's in that treasure chest looking box when you take a look at them in the stores. The other accessory that he has is the Master Sword, or the Skyward Sword, whatever you want to call it. And it's a nice blue color in the blade with a lighter blue right at the blade itself. The dark blue hilt, which is pretty iconic. I mean, there's not as much details as you would find on a Figma, but again, this isn't a $9 figure, so this is good. This is pretty good. And the shield makes up for it easily. I mean, that is a very beautifully painted shield. He also has the sheath for the sword, so you can hold it either in his hand or in the sheath. Now, I'm going to nitpick again because the shield can only be held in his left arm. It can't even pretty much hold on to the back of the sword sheath, though, so you can't put it on his back like he could in the games, which is a shame. Personally, I wish the shield could at least fit on either arm, because if you follow Legend of Zelda like I do, you know that traditionally Link is a lefty. They made him right-handed for Skyward Sword because of the Wii Motion controls, but yeah, I would have liked the option to make him left-handed as in the figure, like I'm used to seeing him as. But other than that, I can't really complain. Now for some other comparisons, we're going to bring in the Figure Arts Mario, who's about the same size as the Jakks Mario from what I understand. And yeah, you can see Link is still a bit taller, but the scale seems a little off with these two. I'll bring the Figma back so you can get how the scale really really does differ between them. And since I got him handy, we'll put in big old Bowser. Now, I know Bowser is Mario's enemy, but this is kind of a duel that would look great as a display piece. I mean, having Link going toe-to-toe with the Koopa King, with this actual size difference, has a real epic look to it. And take a look at that. I mean, Bowser is huge, and Link makes that very noticeable. And it actually really helps the display ability for this, because, you know, Bowser's a big dude, so, and he's had varying sizes over the years, so I could see him being this gigantic when faced against Link. Although, Bowser also gets beaten by a plumber every, few years? Or every year, actually. So, Link might not have much trouble with him. Still, it's easy to recommend Link based on the figure itself. I mean, again, if you collect 3 3/4 inch figures, Link will fit in perfectly with them. The size is a little bit smaller than what I personally would like, especially when scaling them with the other World of Nintendo figures, Mario and Yoshi in particular. I really think the 6-inch scale would go a lot better for him. So hopefully he will get one of those from Jakks. And hopefully we will also see other Zelda characters, preferably in the 6-inch scale, although I would gladly buy 3 3/4 inch versions of those characters, just to go with this Link. Hey, why not give us a deluxe Lost Wing to have him ride? Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this review, and I will see you next time. So, take care, so long, have fun, and we're continuing Smash Week tomorrow.